Hi, thanks for tuning in today. This is Renee with the Shopify Customer Success Podcast for Beginners. And today we're going to be talking about the first place to start when starting your Shopify store. Now, in general, you're always going to hear me talk about official resources that I am putting my stamp of approval on because I have either used them or someone credible that I know has used them. So, my intention is to always steer you, a new Shopify store owner or a potential Shopify store owner, in the right direction. I promise not to try to steer you in the wrong direction. So, the first place to start. No, it is not YouTube. No, it is not shelling out thousands of dollars to a Shopify developer. No, it is not anything you might be thinking except for the obvious. Start at shopify.com. I'll give you a second, open your browser, and go ahead and navigate to shopify.com. This company, Shopify, has dedicated so much time and resources into building a awesome website that really does tell you everything you need to know about getting started. Once you arrive to shopify.com, scroll all the way to the bottom of the footer. Underneath support, head on over to Shopify Help Center. It's the second link underneath the 24/7 support. Click on that. This is the first place to start. This is a wonderful resource that Shopify has created. It's documentation to explain to you and me how to use the Shopify platform. There is no need to go through a third-party resource. I am here to tell you that this resource right here will pretty much tell you almost everything you need to know to get started with your store and run and operate a Shopify store. So they have it nicely laid out with a search bar at the top so you can search just by topic. And then if you don't know where to start, just start at the top with start. The intro to Shopify section is going to tell you step by step what you need to do, where you need to get started, and does a great job of setting realistic expectations. So when I first started my journey with Shopify, I didn't really know what I was getting into, but I started with this documentation. And you know what? The first blog post that I read, it talked about how on average, someone with no experience with e-commerce, it takes about 1 year to build a store. That's on average. That's assuming that you have other things going on in your life. Maybe you work a 9 to 5, maybe you have kids, maybe you take care of dependents. It doesn't matter. It's just assuming that you're an adult multitasking. And so I just want to level set the expectations set by Shopify, not to rain on anyone's parade, but it takes time to really build these online stores and to get everything wired up and good to go. So that's the wonderful thing, is that this company, Shopify, has created documentation that will not lead you astray. And all of it is 100% free. No need to pay anyone. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please do not get started on your Shopify journey shelling out all kinds of money for information that you can access for free. If reading is not your speed, don't worry. Head on over to the Shopify official YouTube channel. They have many topics broken down in terms of how to. So when you get into trying to set up things, definitely check out the Shopify official YouTube channel. So, yeah, I just wanted to share, this is really where we want to start, and start with the intro to Shopify, understanding your account. There's even a section about migrating to Shopify. If you are already an e-commerce store owner on a different platform, you can move on over to Shopify. And then it just goes right on explaining how to sell, how to manage your store, how to understand marketing, how to use the platform for marketing, and how to scale your store. So all of the information is right here. I'm on help.shopify.com. You can visit shopify.com, scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to see a link for Shopify Help Center. This is the first place to start. You're going to thank me later because when all the information's coming at you from a million different places and all these quote unquote Shopify experts, they're not experts. They're just self-proclaimed experts. Guess what? In the tech world, technology companies actually create documentation to show you, their customers, how to use their platform. So remember, like when you are a Shopify store owner, you are a customer of Shopify. We do pay them to use their platform, and they have all kinds of documentation and support, blogs. There's a podcast called Shopify Masters if you want to jump ahead to there. They do have vetted actual Shopify experts that you can hire. They have so many resources for you, the Shopify customer, which is the Shopify store owner, that it is really, really so powerful and awesome, and just really a great way to start your journey on the right foot and set you up for success. Signing off, this is Renee on the Shopify Customer Success Podcast. Thank you for listening.